So officially, good morning all. Welcome for a really tough Pilates of a Monday. Always keep in mind that we're gonna work the core a lot. Now let's do a recheck really quick. Our core, it's really tight pushing inside and it's activated. If you need, you can take a rest. We always started with touching the ground. Also, we added on those arms. So for every time we pull our knees, we lift it. Then we used to do it behind our head and we used to go back down, right? Let's go for a little bit more challenging now. Let's touch the ground. Let's lift. And from here, let's extend both of our legs to the ceiling and then just grab only one, lower the other one, pull it and switch. Only twice. Once you have 1 and 2, release your arms behind your head and just bend your knees for the starting point. That means we're gonna challenge our core by touching the ground. Remember, you can touch closer, medium, and you can go for the full extension. We're gonna pull the shoulder blades off the ground, go for the full extension, and just simply hold one of your legs. You don't need to pull that leg. Bring the other one closer to the ground and then pull it up. Just hold the other one, bring it down, pull it up. Once you have it, those arms, same as before, they go behind your head, and then we go down to the ground to restart again. For every time we work on one step, always think about each one of those steps. That means, for example, on the first, what do I need here? Well, here I need a lot of strength from the core, it needs to push inside. The moment I lift my shoulder blades, I will need even more strength for the abs to pull myself off. Keep your shoulders always down. The moment I extend both of your legs, I just need to grab only one of our legs and the other one needs to go down, the lower or the lowest. You can for later pull it and switch. Once you have 1 and 2, I need to challenge even more my core by bringing my arms behind and backwards off my head with both of my legs pointing to the ceiling. Once I have everything, then I can reset. Topi? Good luck, everyone. Those are the only 2 words that I can find to say it. Good luck. Marian, how are you? Are you okay? Cool. Nice. Showing a thumb up in the middle of a sequence. Cool. Perfect. So far here, we don't need to feel stretch on the hamstrings, or we don't need to feel a lot of stretch on those hamstrings. Maybe just a little bit, because we are just holding the leg instead of pulling the leg. 30 seconds to go, please. After this, I'm gonna ask you some roll-ups, so good luck. Barb, you need to be much more careful today, not with the cat, eh? It's a challenging Pilates, eh? Nice. I don't know about you, but them, they're having fun, eh? Let's go for the seconds last ones. 5, 4, 3. Take a moment to stop, take a moment to breathe, and let's go for the second part. Let's go for the first roll-ups. So extend both of your legs on the ground, both of your arms over your head, and let's go for the easy ones. Let's start with the easy ones. That means we take the arms over the chest, the chin goes to the chest, roll it, just sit down the straightest as you can. That means push your chest out, hold it for only 2 or 3 seconds, with that head never pointed forward, just the opposite. Always try to retract your head a little bit, and then round we go with a lot of control. Think about control, not to fall. Keep that core, if you can, like we have started, always pushing inside, so that lower back is against the ground to go again. We roll it off the ground, we keep those shoulders down, we pop up the chest as much as we can, and think about those 2 or 3 seconds. Think about your head and your neck. Always try to retract your head a little bit, and later release it. It's all about here, always thinking about that core. It's always pushing inside. And later, try to think about how much more straight can you sit down on the ground on those hip bones. Try to also think about your head, your neck. Are you using the giraffe neck? It's when you push your head forward, or try to think the opposite. Always retract your head, pull it back. Especially the ones that we suffer from the neck. Careful on that one. You all know which ones are they. Since these roll-ups are the super easy ones, let's go for the last 20 seconds. So if right now at home you're thinking, oh man, these are the easy ones? Yeah, these are the easy ones. Come on, it's Monday. It's good weather. We have Wonder Woman on the screen. There you go. Without the costume, but we have it. 10 seconds. Should we go for more? Let's see if those hip flexors, they are working really good. Same roll up as before. Same. Roll up. Same sit down straight as before. Same with your head. Think about one of your legs. Lift your leg as much as you can, and let's go for 3 huge circles. And the strength comes from your hips and not from the weakness of your spine. So this one, for example, let's try to avoid it. Try to always sit down straight, relax those arms, and think about how higher can you lift 3 times. Once you have 1, 2, 3 circles, down we go, down we go, down we go. And of course, that was one leg. Let's try on the other one, on the other side. Let's see if both sides of our hips, of our lower back, they are working the same, or probably one side is easier than the other one. When we do those circles, don't think about the circles. Anyone can do circles at home, anyone. But try to think most of it of sitting down straight. The moment you lift your leg for the circle, try to avoid this, that your spine goes inside the comfort zone. The moment your spine goes inside your comfort zone, you have lost a lot of strength behind. I don't know if I should say it. Careful with the magic word cramps. Careful with the cramps. If you feel closer to the hips, or probably your quadriceps, the front part, you can feel a tiny sign of a cramp, just stop and shake it off. Where do you feel it the most? Do you feel it more here, your core? Do you feel it more here, closer to the hips? Or do you feel it more here on your back, a little bit your lower back and a little bit higher? 20 seconds to go, so probably we can do it 2 times more. 1 time 3 circles for your right side, 1 time 3 circles for the other side, your left. Here I can see some huge circles, some of you, nice. Also from here I can see some of you are struggling already with the roll up. That's normal, that's totally normal, yeah. It's when the core starts to get a little bit tired. Once at home you have done those last 2, take a moment to stop and breathe. Wow, it was so lekker, those circles, right? Let's go for it. Let's work a lot on those hamstrings now. This is gonna be our starting point, sitting down straight with a super straight spine and those shoulders always down. So we're always gonna start here now, and we're gonna work on two moves. Our first move will be a bridge. So bring your hands behind, so squeeze between your shoulder blades to pop up your chest and start to push your hips the highest you can off the ground. Try to only hold it between 2 or 3 seconds. After those 2 or 3 seconds, bring those hips again to the ground, and now we need to lose the posture. Round your spine and start to push as forward as we can to do the opposite. From strength, now we're going to switch to stretch. So we're going to try to stretch as much as you can pull, again for 3 or 4 or even 6 seconds if you want, the double of the bridge. Once you have it here, release it. First, reset, that means pop up your chest, a lot of strength still coming from the hips. Once you got it, first shoulder blades, so squeeze them as much as you can, place your hands on the ground and start to push. Let's try to hold it literally for 3 seconds instead of 1 to 3. Once you have those 3 literally seconds, release it, round, and start to go as forward as you can. And for every time we go forward, for every time you stretch, try to always go for a little bit more. A half, maybe, 1 millimeter more. Only 1 millimeter more. So think about this. We have 3 parts on this one. The starting point, when we sit down, that's already the first part. On that one, you already are doing a lot of strength to sit down straight. And if you don't believe me, stay there for a couple of minutes. You will start to feel how your legs, they shake, and also probably here between the shoulder blades, they're working. Second part, it's when we squeeze those shoulder blades, and then we lift to go for the bridge. That's a lot of strength actually, all the back ones. And the last move, the third or the last part, it's a lot of stretch. So this is like a cocktail. 2 parts of strength, mix it with 1 of stretch. Mix it, we have the perfect balance. I can see a head in front of the camera. This week, the kids, they have holidays, right? I am so sorry in advance. Yeah, the ones that you have kids, of course. Last 40 seconds here, please. So probably inside 40 seconds we can do it 1 or twice more, maybe a third, but don't run. If anybody wants Barbara's services, she's taking care of kids. So if anybody wants to send your kids to Barbara, please let me know. I will make all the arrangements. How many spots free do you have, Barbara? Here is taking care of 3, so 5 seconds to go. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. Top. Let's turn around. Bring your chest and your belly bottom to the ground. Let's work a lot of strength plus a little bit of stretch. Take both of your toes on the ground. Squeeze super tight those legs, and let's go again for 2 parts. First part will be a lot of strength. So let's try this. Point both of your arms forward and start to lift them the highest you can. Hold it again for 2 or 3 seconds. After those 2 or 3 seconds, release them first. Pull your elbows back to your ribs. So here we have still a lot of strength coming from your shoulder blades and a little bit the sides. Once you have it, comes the liquor part. Knees on the ground, hands on the ground. We're gonna push, we're gonna stretch. Try to fit, if you can, those hips in between both of your knees. Here, try to relax as much as you can, even if you want your head. You can turn your head to one side. Hold it approximately 6 seconds, 10 seconds. It's not rocket science, but just longer than the strength part. Once we have it, release it, we go down. Don't forget to do step by step. First, always your core, super tight. Second one, those legs and those toes, super tough. And the third, go for it. We extend, we try to lift as much as we can those arms. After 2 or 3 seconds, first we release, then we pull, and after that pull comes a stretch, comes the reward. Easy to do it at home? Super easy. The second part I made super easy. Yeah, what about the first part? First part, it's a lot of strength. Now think about this, when you're reaching forward and lifting, are you breathing in and out or are you holding your breath? Good question, right? Think about that. Also a spooky question. Some of you might be like, how does he know? Well, I can see here, some of you, your veins, they're growing. So once again, we have one part of strength. That's the first one. Try to lift the highest, squeeze that core, breathe in and out. After that comes a lot of stretch, the second part. Daniela, someone is stealing your camera. So yeah, I hope you are okay with it, but yeah. Okay, yeah, so you're such a nice person then. 20 seconds please, team. How good it feels the first part. Ugly, that. A lot of strength, that. Pretty much. Let's start the countdown. Last 5. Here. 3, 2. Let's go a little bit tougher now. Let's put a little bit more parts of strength and a little bit more part of stretch. Let's go for the first 2 parts now. Instead of only 1 of strength, let's gonna work on 2. That means same as before. Toes on the ground, squeeze your legs super tough, point forward. Try to lift as much as you can, and from here that's going to be our first part. Now here comes the second one. First, pull both of your elbows closer to your ribs, and then extend to the background and try to lift them as much as you can, even more. Try to hold it for another 2 or 3 seconds. Once you have it, just simply release it. And here comes the 2 parts of stretch. The first one, same as before. Between 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 seconds. We're just gonna chill here. But the second part, once we go forward, we don't go down. We're gonna lift both of our knees, and we're gonna stretch even more by pushing backwards. Try to hold it here again, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 or 10 seconds. Once you have it, completely reset everything. Knees on the ground, bend your elbows towards your ribs, and even if you need, relax. And then we restart. Remember, 2 parts of strength, 2 parts of stretch later. First part, we squeeze, we point, we hold it. The second part is when we pull those elbows to the ribs, and then we just extend those arms to the back of the room. We try to lift them even more. And then let's switch for those 2 parts of stretch. First one needs to feel really good for your lower back first. It's super easy, this one, to do it. And the second part is when we come forward and we need just a little bit of strength. Lift your knees and push backwards. Now, which one is your favorite from those 2 of strength? First one with your arms forward, or the second one with your arms behind? And you cannot say none, you have to choose one. And also from stretch, which one is your favorite? First one, or probably the second one, I don't know. Good news, we're gonna keep it this one the same for 30 minutes more. Good luck. In the meantime, I'm gonna go for a coffee. Plenty of time, right? That's 60 seconds, please. One more minute. Let's do it. Focus always on each part of your training. First, two moves, those require a lot of strength. And second two moves, those are for a lot of stretch. The first one for stretch, it's for your lower back. Second one, it's for your spine.
Feeling the sunrise, even in the nighttime. So
Halfway,
hard
30
to
seconds to
adjust
go.
now, cause you ain't around. No. Feeling the sunrise,
I told you to
even
switch off
in
the
the
phone, see?
nighttime. It's hard to adjust
Yeah, I know.
now, cause you ain't around.
Just
No.
give me the phone to me. I will say, yeah, she's at work.
Feeling the
Sorry.
sun,
Yeah, she cannot work now. She's
even
already
in the
working with me.
nighttime.
10 seconds, team, to go. Last ones.
Hard to adjust now, cause you ain't around. No.
5, 4,
Feeling the
3,
sunrise,
2.
even in the
Shake
nighttime.
absolutely everything. Hit the reset
Hard
like we
to
have started
adjust
this morning. When
now,
I say, hey, hi, how are
cause
you?
you ain't
Turn
around.
around, back to your spine.
No.
Round number 2. How's this one working? Do you still remember the first sequence? Remember how we started? Remember we used to lift the knees, we used to touch the ground, we used to go up. I'm gonna ask you the same now, but a little bit tougher. A little bit tougher. This is gonna be our starting point. Both of your arms over your hip, knees over the hips. If you can at home, try to go for the full extension without losing your lower back. As an option, you can just touch the ground with both of your toes. So if you lose your lower back off the ground, touch it with your toes. Then let's go up. And before I just ask you to grab one of your legs, now I'm going to ask you to pull the
Feeling the
leg
sunrise,
for 6 times. So that was the first, this is the second one. 6 times we're going to try to stretch even more those
even in the
hamstrings.
nighttime.
Once you have those 6, both of the legs, they need to be pointed to the ceiling. Bring those arms
Feeling the
first behind,
sunrise,
then we go down, and then we reset to restart again like we have started this
even
morning.
in the
You can touch the
nighttime.
ground or you can go for the full extension. Bring it up, point, and instead of just holding your leg, now you need to pull your leg to yourself to feel those hamstrings. 6 of those, please. Keep that core always tight. How? Try to feel those shoulder blades there off the ground and your chin is closer to your chest. Once you have those 6, arms goes first behind, then we go down, then we reset to restart again. Welcome for round number 2.
Feeling the
We
sunrise,
have started the first round. And the first one, I just ask you to hold your leg. Now you need to pull that leg.
even in the
And the
nighttime.
first round, we did it only once and once. One for your right, one for your left. Now I'm going to ask you to do it 3 and
Feeling
3,
the
6 in total.
sunrise,
And I do know this exercise of pulling the legs, Astrid, you love them, right?
even in the nighttime.
Go for the really good feeling of those hamstrings. Catty, lower back, report. Ah, nice. So when you start to move, it goes better. If 6 it's too much, bring it down maybe to 4 or maybe 1 and 1. Or if you feel like going loco, go for 20 times. I mean, yeah, it's Monday after all. To be precise, 25 seconds left. Team, is that okay? Fifteen seconds left. Mari, I don't envy your stretch level at all. Nothing. No. Go for the last ones. 5, 4, 3, Prima. How's still your memory? Do you remember the second sequence? Remember when I say let's start with the easy roll-ups? Well, now it's not going to be easy at all. But let's try it. Try this. Flex both of your feet and press with your heels against the ground. Keep them flexed. Let's go for the roll. Sit down first, super straight. Keep them flexed and then go higher with those arms as much as you can. The moment we want to go down, just point first with your foot and then keep your arms pointing up, round your spine, shoulders down, easy down with a lot of control. Restart. Arms over your head, core tight, flex your feet, both of them, and we go higher. Pop up your chest, sit down on your sit bones first, reach the highest you can, point, down we go. Now if at home something like this happens, when you flex your feet, and you want to go higher, if they lift a little bit, don't worry about it. The moment you sit down on the ground, try to always push with those heels against the ground. That will give us a lot of strength coming from the calf, going up to the hamstrings, going up for the glutes, going up for your lower back, going even higher till almost the neck. Same as before, the main focus is to sit down super straight, flex those feet as much as you can, and try to reach with those arms the highest you can work with them. How do you know at home if you're doing it right? Well, it hurts a lot actually, so that's a good sign. It feels super uncomfortable. That's another good sign. If you feel that something is really comfortable, then probably you're sitting down like this. It feels comfortable actually. So always try to pop up your chest first, then reach your arms. Last 30 seconds here. Careful with the giraffe neck. Remember, we never push the head forward. Always try to pull your back forward. It's a retraction. What a Monday, yeah? Ha! Nobody saw it coming, eh? When I asked you before, yeah, turn around, you were all thinking, oh, nice, this is almost over. No. Nay. 10 seconds to go. Surprise. Biking, it's easier, for sure. Yeah, for sure, yeah. Just one leg and the other one, and that's it. I know. 5, 4, 3, 2. Stop and chill for a little bit if you need it. But if you feel good, let's go for the third sequence. I hope you all remember the third sequence. We used to start here. So this was our starting point, right? So let's go for it. First, open to the sides those arms and squeeze those shoulder blades as much as you can. Then bring down those hands to the ground and start to push, same as before for the bridge. Let's lift and still squeeze between the shoulder blades. So try not to lose tension between your shoulder blades. Once you have it, that's the nice part. Round your spine, go forward. Here let's try this. Hold it here for 3 to 5 seconds. Once you have those 3 or 5 seconds, try this. Try to breathe in super deep inside. And the moment you breathe out, try to go for an extra push forward. This one will be really painful for another 3 to 6 seconds. Once you have that second part of stretch, release it. If you want, you can release a little bit your legs. Even if you need, you can release a little bit your spine, because we're going to work a lot of strength. Then we go again. Starting point, it's always sitting down straight. Remember, with your head never forward, always aligned with your spine. Open those arms first to the sides, as much as you can, like a big hug. Don't lose the tension between your shoulder blades. Bring your hands to the ground. Let's go for the bridge. Push. After 3 to 5 seconds, release it. Round. And here comes the first time we're going to stretch. Hide your head if you want, so relax your neck. After that, take a deep breath in. And the moment you breathe out, try to push even more. Now it's going to hurt. 2 times we need now to stretch. On the second one, always try to go as forward as you can. Careful on the second one on not cheating. Huh. I don't know, how can I cheat? I mean, I'm stretching. Well, if the first time you push forward, this is one way of cheating. The moment you breathe in, if you move backwards, you're cheating. You're losing tension. So always try to breathe in and out. Here, keeping that stretch, and then you go for more. And the second way of cheating is if you bend both of your knees. So if your knees or the back part of your knees, they are not against the ground, then there is not enough stretch on those hamstrings. And I am so sorry for what are you feeling, most of you, with this one. Sonheit. Elish, run. 60 seconds here to work. Remember, this is not a race, so it's not about in 60 seconds how many can you do. Try to work slowly. Try to squeeze every time you work strength. Try to open up your chest, shoulder blades with a lot of strength. When you switch for stretch, try to stretch as much as you can, but always slow, never fast. By the way, how's the arms and the triceps? Are they feeling good? Especially for that bridge. Yeah, I know, sorry, sitting here. Alright, from those 60 seconds, the last 20. Let's do it. Probably we can do it in 20 seconds, one time more. Once at home you have that last one, lay down on the ground and relax for a little bit. If you are still alive and if it felt good, smile. That's it. That's the only thing I need. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I also had a yawn. That's also nice. Let's do it. Let's turn around. Let's go for our fourth sequence. Which one of you has a very good memory? Let's start with. Remember, we had 2 parts of strength with 1 of stretch, right? So previously on the first round, we have worked something like this. We push it forward. We used to lift it. 2 to 3 seconds. Then we used to pull first. That was the second part of strength, sorry. And then we used to push here, right? That was the first round. Now we need to work a little bit tougher. How? Work those legs, squeeze your butt, use your belly. First lift, point forward, start to lift everything off the ground, off the ground, off the ground. 2 to 3 seconds. Then bend both of your knees the moment you pull those elbows to your ribs. 2 to 3 seconds. Once you have it, comes a stretch. Knees on the ground, push. This one we're not going to modify it, we're not going to make it even more tougher. The opposite, we're going to make it liquor. Hold it here for 5 to 10 seconds. Head on the ground if you want. Even if you need it, you can rest your head on the ground by turning your head to one side. Once you got it, reset, we go forward, we go down. Think about those 2 moves. First one, toes on the ground, squeeze that core, point forward, and then lift everything. Even point with your feet. Once you have 2 to 3, pull inside. Those heels goes to your butt. Those elbows goes to your ribs. Once you have another 2 to 3 seconds, let's go for the good stuff. Let's push, let's stretch. strength, it's the key here. A lot of strength, especially when you're flying off the ground, when you're completely wide open. Try to think or try to feel what happens when you bend your knees and what happens when you pull your elbows inside. Where do you feel it? I will help you. When I do that, I can feel it on my hamstrings. So my hamstrings, they do a lot of strength. I can feel it between my shoulder blades. Also I can feel it here on my side because it's like pulling something from up above. Double check on the neck or the head. Remember, not because we look forward or we lift that head, we're gonna lift or work more. The only thing is you're gonna work or stress a little bit more your neck. So since we don't want that, try to keep your eyes on the ground or to the ground. If I ask you 1 more minute of this one, is that okay? Or will you turn off your computer? Should we, should we try it? Last 60 seconds. Remember, Pilates, it's not a race. Always work at your own pace, in your own rhythm. And no matter what is your rhythm, always squeeze as much as you can, or relax as much as you can.
Was a lonely soul on a rainy day.
20 to go. Yay, happy day. Nog 20. Nog een keer.
On a rainy day.
Wilfred, how are you? You okay? Yeah, getting tired? But you have done an improvement. I cannot see you anymore with the earphones with a cable. It was dangerous last time, huh? Yeah. The cable was around your neck and stuff. Nice. Seconds out, team. 5, 4, 3, 2. Nice. My best advice will be try to stop, shake it off, and release it because we still have one more sequence facing down on the ground. Do you remember before? 2 parts of strength with 2 parts of stretch. Ouch. So let's try it, shall we? First part of strength, same as before. Point forward and lift both of your legs. Now, second part of strength, let's push it, let's point, and if you can, grab one of your heels and the other one. Start to pull your chest out. Careful here the head, it will never go forward, so keep your head always looking down to the ground. Here, it's a lot of strength for your lower back, a lot. And if you don't trust me, hold it for more than 10 seconds and you will feel it. Once you have 5 seconds, just release everything. Same as before, here comes the 2 parts of stretch. The first one, it's the super nice, and the easy one. But on the second part, let's go also for those cups. That means come forward, lift your knees, push backwards, and then check on your heels. Push those heels against the ground or down the closest you can to the ground for another extra 10 seconds. Once you have it, lift them forward, down, reset, or if you want, don't do anything, just stop and enjoy the music, the background music. Stop it. But if you go again, remember, we always lift as much as we can. The moment you pull those legs inside, also your elbows, start to aim with your hands towards your heels. If you cannot reach your heels or your ankles, my advice will be try to lean first to one side and then lean on the other side. Couple of seconds here, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, not too long. Release it, and then 2 times we're gonna stretch. A easy stretch plus and not so easy stretch, it's a little bit deeper. On the second exercise for stretch, don't forget about your heels. Always push them against the ground or towards the ground. Hielen naar de grond. Oké? Ik hoop. Kati, let me know how it goes this one, especially for the lower back. Sineke also. So far so good. Okay. Does it feel good? Well, define what it's good for you. Can you feel strength, first of all? Can you feel your lower back, how it's getting more stronger? Because the lower back here, it's the main actor. It's doing a lot of strength. Here comes the great news. 60 seconds to go. Or since it's Monday, should we push it? Let's go for 65 seconds more. Be careful if you go down there. You gotta blame it on me. Alright, halfway, 30 seconds to go. Nog 2 keer. So in 30 seconds, can we do 2? Why not? After this 2 times, just stop only and keep yourself laying down on the ground. Somewhere it's missing in my cameras. Elish, where is Daniela? As long as she's okay, it's okay then. Yeah, don't worry. I can see you through both of the cameras, so don't worry. So, goedemorgen allemaal. Hoe is it so far? Good? Lekker, those 2 rounds. Alright, let's go for the good stuff. Knees on the ground, underneath your hips, hands underneath your chest. This one has nothing of strength, only stretch. Roll yourself or rotate. Bring one of your shoulders to the ground. Rest your head also on the ground. And the other arm, use it to push a little bit, to rotate a little bit more. So instead of last week that we have stretch here, try to push with that arm a little bit more. Hold it approximately between 10 or 15 seconds. And of course, since we have 2 sides, we need to do it also on the other side. So the shoulder goes to the ground, the head remains on the ground, and the other arm, we use it to push it a little bit, to rotate a little bit more. It's time to open those shoulder blades. 10 to 15 seconds to both of our sides. 3 times right, 3 times left, please. This is the moment that we all have been waiting for. Daniela, you owe me the last sequence, so no stretch work. Once at home, you have those 3 and 3 as the last one before we just say our goodbyes. It's like we have started this morning. The only difference, one foot goes to the ground and then the other knee, we need to rotate it. So we keep the rotations, but now we're going to rotate the hips. 10 to 15 seconds, same as before. And then, of course, two sides, we need to switch. Foot on the ground, and then rotate your knee to the opposite. If it helps, try to keep those arms wide open and your shoulder blades, especially the opposite shoulder, always on the ground. And if you feel that the stretch or the tension here on the chest, it's too much, just bring the arm a little bit lower. We are aiming more for the lower back. 10 to 15 one side, 10 to 15 to the other side. Same as before, 3 times for your right side, 3 times for your left side. And those ones are gonna be our last stretch of this Monday. I hope you all enjoyed it, actually. I really pushed you. I hope to see you all again next time or not. I don't know. Who knows?